Hello everyone, Naz this side from nazislam.com, and in this video tutorial series I will be talking about Microsoft Azure, which is the cloud platform hosted by Microsoft. And in these different videos I will be going over the different services offered by the Azure and how to create software using this cloud infrastructure. So as part of this video, I will be going over how to create Linux virtual machines in Azure and how to SSH to your newly created virtual machine. So as you can see that I'm currently on the azure.microsoft.com website. You can go to this link by azure.com. So once you are in this page, you will be prompted like you can sign in to your account. Right now, as you can see that I'm currently signed in into my account. So what I can do is that I can go to the portal by clicking this portal link here. And the first thing I would like to do is that let me just give you a brief overview of this portal here. That here you can see that the different services offered by Azure are here, the most used services here, and also you can open up the other services using this link here, which will show all the different services here. You can also like filter them through the different categories such as like storage or web or mobile. So what I will be doing is that, so as you can see that you can bring up a banner right here, and you can click all the sources, which will show up all the sources here that I have on my account right now. What I can do also is that on the right hand corner, I can click this settings gear or this gear icon to customize my view a little bit, so I can have a white background or a little bit of like blackish and blue kind of a background, or totally white or like totally black, let's say. And the other feature that you want to know is that here is this dashboard button, which you can add like the different services that you are currently working on, which will be you can like put it as like the different icons in your desktops. So what I would like to do for this video is that I would like to create a new virtual machine. So there are different ways you can do this. You can just click a virtual machine here, or also you can click on your all services and click on all, and here also you can click on this virtual machine link here, which will create open the virtual machine window open. So let's click on there, and here I have to put some details. So as you can see that for the subscription, this is already inputting the subscription plan that I have right now. And as a resource group, you have to create a resource group. So like if you create a new account, you will not probably have the resource group right here. So what you can do is that like create a new resource group. So as you can see that like I have a few resource group already. I can pick one of them, or you can actually create a new one as also by clicking this new create new link here. And the next step is to give it a name. So let's give it a name like my PM01. So, and the next thing, let's create a region, which is the East US. So what this is that there are multiple regions in Azure, And so the different data centers are all situated in those regions. So you were clicking, like you were creating, specifying the specific region where you want your virtual machine to be hosted here. um, and for the image, so what we will be doing is that we will be selecting the mandatory fields here. So in this image, this is asking, so I have like different options like CentOS based Linux virtual machine, or the Oracle Linux, or like a Windows Server 2016 data center if I want. But let's go with the Ubuntu Server 1804 LTS, and which will have um, a size of like 2 vCPUs and 8 gigabytes of memory, which is good enough for us. So SSH public key. So authentication type would be the SSH public key, which we will go with. And let's pick the username for this user. So I would give it a username like I just give my name Naz Islam. So and I have to put the SSH public key. So the thing is that you have to create a SSH public key which will be stored in this Azure Cloud Platform, and the private key will be with you, through which you can log into your virtual machine using an SSH connection. So the way this works is that so we will just like click this learn more about creating and using SSH keys in Azure. So if I click this link, you will be seeing that there is this documentation where this is saying, actually explaining that how to create a public private key pair for Linux virtual machines in Azure. So what we'll be doing is that if I go back to my previous window, and what I can do is that I just create a duplicate of this tab, and okay, there you go. Okay, so here is our terminal, and so here you can see that the working directory is right now /home/mouse, and I can do ls here, which will list up the directories that I have. So here you can see that this we have a like symbolic link of the cloud, right? So what we'll do is that we copy the um, dash command from here, and you can paste it right here, and hit return. So this is asking that enter file in which to save the key. So I will give it a name, for example, my VM01 key, and give it a passphrase. So the thing is that it is not mandatory to put a passphrase, but of course you can. So in this case, I will just put blank. So I just hit return, and into the same passphrase again, hit return, and then it created the passphrase for me. Okay, so at this point, um, where it saves the passphrase is that in this directory, right? So what we'll be doing is that we will be going to this directory, SSH, and if I do ls here, I can open the ID RSA, and can I do, no, I cannot do this. Yeah, okay. So at this point, what I need to do is that I would do ls here. Let's clear this, and I will do ls. And here is our public key, and this is the private key for this. So what I would like to do is that I would cat idrsa dot pub, which will print the public key for us. I copy that and I would paste the output right here. So this will be the public key for us, and we also have that private key down there. So so here in this section, this is asking that what are the ports that will be allowed in our virtual machine. So what I'll be doing is that I will click all of those, and I will just say allow this selected port. So this will be open for HTTP 80, HTTPS 443, and SSH port 222. So at this point, if everything is good, I can just click review and create. Okay, and here this is you have an okay, cool. So this is asking me giving me a warning, but this is also fine, should not be a problem. Hit create. So now you can see that the interface is like really interactive, where this is saying that your deployment is underway. So this is the like the operation output. So what are the things that are happening right here? And here you can see the statuses of this. So created, and these two tasks are also like in the OK position, but that will also be like updated. So as you can also see that so there is like a running status right here, and yeah, here you can see that. So your virtual machine has been provisioned in Azure region, where that we put the US East, I think the region, and here you can see the virtual machine has been deployed and it is ready to use. So what at this point I will be doing is that so if I expand that, I can see the output there, which is good. And now this is asking me for the next steps, but that should be also fine. So what I can do is that go to the resource, or in other sense, go to my virtual machine, and this is currently in the running status. You can anytime stop this virtual machine or restart the server. And here you can see the different data of the network usage or the CPU power usage. You can see in 1 hour window, or in the last 6 hours, or in the last 12 hours. Basically, like it was just created like a couple of minutes for now. But you can see like once you have been using for a few days, you can see the different outputs. Like okay, so at this point you were not using and it was not like consuming too much power, but some other time when you were doing like heavy programming, the data will be changed and like updated here. So here is the public IP address of your virtual machine that we just created here. And I can connect using SSH. So here is the way we can use SSH in order to connect to our virtual machine. So what we'll be doing is that in our terminal here, so we have this our private key and our public key here. So what this is doing is that change the access request of the private key which you can do, and then connect to the connect to your virtual machine using this. So this is my username at the rate and the public IP address. So what we can get from the overview section here and this public IP address. So this public IP address is 40.121.83.139. So we go to the SSH portion. So this is exactly the same IP address that we have right now. So the first thing we have to do is that we can do SSH I and the ID RSA, and we can give our username and the public IP address right here. Copy that and I paste it right here and I hit return. So this is saying that the authenticity of host cannot be established, and PSPA key fingerprint is this one. Are you sure you want to continue connecting? If yes, yeah, I'm sure. And there we go. Here is we are connected to our virtual machine inside of the Azure, and you can see that the current directory is home, now is Islam, and currently we don't have anything. We don't have any development tools such as like Node, I believe. If I do like Node version, it does not find Node, and this is asking me to sudo apt install Node.js. So let's update our library first, because since this is a Linux virtual machine, we have to do sudo apt get update, which will update the library and all the dependencies for us. Okay, it's done. And now if I also do Node version, so it's still not there. It is not there. So we have to like install, for example, like Node.js. Hit return, and this is asking me if I really want to install it. Yep. Let's wait for a couple of minutes. This will be really quick. Okay, there it is. So Node.js has been installed, so now I can do node -- version, and this says that the version 8.10 has been installed. Yeah, so far so good. I can log out of my virtual machine using this exit command, and then we are only in the terminal, like bash terminal in the Azure at this point. So which is pretty cool. So what I can also do is that I just wanted to show you that how you can connect to your virtual machine from your local machine and not the bash terminal inside of your Azure. So in order to do that, what we need to do is that we really need that public key and the private key. So this public key is inside like Azure, which Azure will recognize, but we really need this private key in our local machine. So what we'll be doing is that we will cat ID RSA, which will print the private key for us. And what we will do is that we will open a terminal on our local machine. So let's say this is my local machine, and I go to, let's say, document, or I hit OK here. And what I can do is that I create a file like key, vi key. So this vi is a text editor, and I just give it a name key without any extension. I hit return, so this will open the vi editor. And what I can do is that I just copy the whole private key from here, and I will paste it. So the way I do is that I hit I, and I do a command, or what I can do also is that I just do Shift V. No, sorry, Shift P in this case. Oh no, my bad. So okay, what I would like to do is that I would do a touch and key, and I would open key, so which will open the key file in the default application, and I can hit the command V to paste the private key right here. I save the file, I close it, and at this point if I cat key, I would see the private key right here, so which is pretty cool. And now I can do SSH into this -I, the key here, and I copy the public IP address, so I add my username and the public key I will put here. Hit return, and are you sure you want to continue connecting? Yes. Okay, yeah, so this denied. The reason is that saying that the permission denied, as this is the public key and bad permission, the load key is the key. So what we can do is that this is saying that the permission for key are too open. So what we will be doing is that we have the key here, right? And we would like to change the permission for the key, so we can do that with chmod change mode 400, and let's try one more time if we can get in there. And there it is. Yep, we are inside of our virtual machine right now. As you can see that this says my VM01, and I can do, if I do ls, you will be seeing that there is no other file, and I can do node version right here, that you can see that we the way we install the node right here in the other tab here, we have the node installed here, and we can like create any file or like anything like file.js for example, and I just do a like console.log that my server is running. I save that and I exit out of the file, so now I can run the file using the node command that my server is running. So yeah, our virtual machine, we can work remotely and do anything and everything in our virtual machine, and we can install any software or anything, and we can log out of our virtual machine using this exit command, where you can see that right now I am on my local computer, so this is not the virtual machine anymore. And yeah, So this is how you create a virtual machine in Azure Cloud Platform and specify the locations or like other configuration items. And after that, once you have set up the configuration items, so this gives you a public IP address through which you can connect to that virtual machine using SSH or like other options. So in this video, I was going through how to SSH connect to your virtual machine using the public and private key pair. So in the next video, I'll be talking about some other feature in the Azure Cloud Platform and how to and through that following process, I will be going through how to develop cloud applications using Azure Cloud Platform. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I would really appreciate if you provide a feedback for this video. And yeah, hope to see you later. Thanks. Bye.